Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're exploring the journey of a heartbeat, IoT in healthcare. We're going to dive straight into how this incredible web of technology is literally saving lives in real time, tracking the split-second journey of human vital signs through a digital network.
Picture this. A patient recovering from surgery is sleeping soundly in their own bed at home. Suddenly, it's 2 a.m., and their blood oxygen level dangerously drops. Now, there's no nurse walking the halls, right? No big machine beeping by the bed. So what happens the exact second a smartwatch detects that anomaly? Well, it triggers a sub-second digital rescue operation. We're going to track the split-second journey of a human heartbeat as it travels from the surface of the skin through a complex digital network and straight into the hands of medical professionals. Let's break down exactly how this works.
Okay, let's dive into this. The very first physical touchpoint of our journey is the wearable device itself. These devices act as the sensory organs of the whole IoT healthcare system. They're packed with highly specialized sensors designed to constantly capture physiological signals right at the source. We're talking continuous ECGs tracking your heart's rhythm, SpO2 sensors monitoring blood oxygen saturation, plus components tracking body temp and blood pressure. This is where messy, analog human biology gets translated into a crisp, digital pulse.
But, as you probably know, raw biology is incredibly noisy. And that brings us to the layer-by-layer hardware stack that actually makes sense of it all. Step 1 is sensor acquisition, where those physiological signals are first picked up. Then, step 2 is signal conditioning. Because the raw data is full of static and interference, it has to be filtered, amplified, and converted from analog to digital. Next up, step 3 involves the microcontroller, usually something like an ESP32 or an Arduino chip. It's basically a tiny, low-cost computer that processes this data and extracts the key features. And finally, step 4 is wireless transmission, where this newly refined data is broadcast out to the wider world using networks like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or long-range systems like LoRa.
And this brilliantly illustrates the continuous path the data takes once it leaves the device. It flows from the patient's body, jumps to local network gateways, and streams straight to the cloud. What's truly remarkable here is the optimization. For this to actually work, the entire pipeline must operate with sub-second latency. The data has to reach its destination almost instantly. But at the same time, because we're dealing with wearables, every single stage is ruthlessly optimized for low power consumption and high reliability. I mean, a wearable is entirely useless if the battery dies in 2 hours, or if the connection drops the exact second you need it, right?
So, all this continuous data is just rushing out into the digital ether. But before it ever reaches a doctor's screen, it has to pass through a processing funnel. Think about it. If you try to send every single raw microfluctuation of a heartbeat directly to a clinical dashboard, the system would completely crash, and doctors would be paralyzed by information overload. Instead, the raw data enters the wide end of this funnel, moving from immediate edge preprocessing down into complex cloud analytics. It's basically a triage system for data, making sure that only the most critical, actionable insights actually make it to the other side.
So the crucial point is understanding the division of labor between the edge and the cloud. Think of edge preprocessing as the bouncer at the door of a club. It operates locally, right on or near the device, just tossing out useless noise and minor fluctuations. And because it's happening locally, it drastically reduces latency. Cloud analytics, on the other hand, that's the team of brilliant experts in the back room. Once the filtered data arrives, the cloud unleashes powerful machine learning models. It identifies long-term patterns, predicts potential patient deterioration, and actively supports those heavy-duty clinical predictions.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is what happens when that data crosses a dangerous line. The emergency alert system jumps right into action. You can think of these on-device threshold detectors as a tireless night nurse. They are constantly comparing live vitals against safe ranges. If a threshold is breached, the system doesn't wait around. It instantly triggers automated multi-channel alerts. We are talking SMS text messages, emails, and loud push notifications, all dispatched to doctors and primary caregivers at the exact same time. The goal is to shatter the silence and get human eyes on the situation literally immediately.
But hey, technology is only as good as the human response it can generate, right? Which is exactly why the system has built-in escalation logic. This is where the human stakes really come into focus. Let's say that initial alert goes to a primary caregiver's phone, but maybe they left it in another room, or they're just sleeping heavily through the notification. The system doesn't just give up. If that first alert goes unacknowledged, the escalation logic kicks in and automatically hunts down the chain of command. It'll notify secondary contacts, and if there's still absolutely no response, it can immediately contact emergency medical services to dispatch an ambulance.
Let's move to and see how this builds into the everyday user experience, comparing the two sides of the equation. On one side, you've got the patient's view via a mobile app. It's designed to be highly personal and empowering. The patient can see their own vital sign trends, get medication reminders, and review their alert history. But contrast that with the clinician cloud dashboard on the other side. This is absolute mission control. Doctors get a live, multi-patient overview. They have historical trend graphs, anomaly detection flags, and color-coded status indicators across their entire patient load. It lets them spot exactly who needs attention at a single glance.
And to power those incredibly robust clinical dashboards, hospitals rely on massive global infrastructures. We're talking major platforms like AWS IoT Core, Azure IoT Hub, Google Cloud IoT, and ThingSpeak. These platforms aren't just holding data. They're actively managing the complex routing of millions of data points every single second. They also handle the absolutely vital administrative side of things, enabling strict role-based access. So a hospital administrator sees high-level logistics, a nurse sees their specific ward's vitals, and a doctor gets the deep-dive diagnostic tools they need, all securely managed right in the cloud.
Of course, with all this intimate biological data floating around the cloud, the immediate question you're probably asking is it safe? And it's a great question, because healthcare data is among the most sensitive information on the planet. Thankfully, the security layers built into these IoT systems are incredibly rigorous. Before data even leaves the device, it's locked down with end-to-end TLS encryption, which essentially creates an armored digital tunnel. Accessing the apps or dashboards requires two-factor authentication, making sure a stolen password isn't enough to compromise patient privacy. And underneath the whole shebang, the entire architecture utilizes HIPAA-compliant storage to meet the highest legal standards for medical data protection.
All right, before we go any further, let's do a quick quiz to test our memories on the source material. Question 1. What specific blood oxygen, or SpO2, threshold typically triggers a critical emergency alert? Think back to those early slides. And question 2. What was the main advantage of that edge computing bouncer we talked about earlier? Take a second.
Okay, if you guessed that a drop below 90% SpO2 triggers an alert, you hit the nail right on the head. Similarly, a heart rate spiking over 120 beats per minute is also going to set off the alarms. And the big advantage of edge computing? It drastically reduces latency by filtering out all that noise locally. Now here's a really fascinating detail from our sources. To get those alerts out as fast as possible, the system relies on incredibly lightweight messaging protocols, specifically things called MQTT or HTTP publishing, to push that critical data right through the gateway. So, what does this all mean for the future? Well, the combination of edge processing and cloud analytics is obviously saving lives right now, but we are standing on the brink of an entirely new frontier in smart healthcare. As artificial intelligence becomes more deeply integrated into these systems, the pipeline is going to become even more predictive. We're moving toward a future where AI won't just alert a doctor that a patient's heart rate has spiked. It'll analyze the subtle, invisible trends in the raw physiological data to predict a cardiac event hours before the patient even feels a single symptom. It's the ultimate transformation of raw data into instant, life-saving clinical insight.
Which leaves us with a profound thought to wrap up today's explainer. We've seen just how incredible this technology is. The sensor-to-cloud pipeline has functionally eliminated the distance between a patient in danger and the medical help they desperately need. But, as we hand over more of the diagnostic heavy lifting to machine learning models, we have to ask ourselves, are we fully ready to trust AI networks with our most intimate vital signs? It's a massive question of ethics and trust, and for sure, it's one that will define the next decade of healthcare.